Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now we are into the second week of April, continuing with the April guidance. Second week of April is one of the most crucial, and I will say it is the most important week of this year. As soon as the week begins on 8th of April, Mars would have already moved in the sign of Aquarius. It is on the 8th when Mercury transits out from Pisces, crosses the Gandanta of Revati and Ashwini nakshatra and reaches the Aries zodiac sign. Therefore, Mercury begins a new cycle from Aries to Pisces. This also ends the debilitation of Buddha. On the other hand, 4 days later, exactly on 12th of April, Rahu and Ketu, and here we are talking about the mean nodes, Rahu and Ketu will make its move out of the sign of Taurus and Scorpio, and the axis will shift to Aries and Libra for the next 18 months. And the next day, on 13th, it is Jupiter that makes its move out of Aquarius and reaches Pisces zodiac sign, its own zodiac sign, the zodiac sign of abundance and deep thinking. It's the ocean of knowledge and wisdom. And it doesn't end here. On 14th, its usual annual solar transit, Sun transit in the sign of Aries. Sun also ends its journey. Sun moves out of the 12th house of the Kalpurush, and once again it becomes exalt. It reaches its full potential, and it becomes one of the stronger planet in the solar system in your Kundali from 14th of April when it enters Aries zodiac sign, but it encounters Rahu on the other end of the zodiac, because while Sun will be crossing the Gandanta of Revati and Ashwini nakshatra, along with Mercury it will be at the first few degrees of Aries, like first 1 degree of Aries zodiac sign. Rahu will be at 29.5 something in the Aries zodiac sign, because Rahu has entered the zodiac from the opposite direction. Reason? Rahu is a shadow. It will always be retrograde. So for next 1 month, Sun will approach Rahu, and Rahu will also slowly approach Sun, and their relative speed will define the motion of events from Aries zodiac sign. So Aries is one zodiac sign that is going to experience lot of changes in their life. Let's begin for your ascendant and for your moon sign, the analysis of 12 zodiac sign. Mostly you should watch this video as per your ascendant, but you can also watch it or refer it with respect to your moon sign. But when you're referring it with your moon sign, understand the analysis on a psychological manner. The events will be more what you will feel, and it will affect your psychology more than what it will actually happen. And with respect to ascendant, it is the holistic analysis. Let's begin with the 12 ascendants, but before that, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update. Follow me on Instagram and Telegram for quick links, quick updates and short videos. Also follow me on QApp if you are from India. And you can also take my consultations. You can drop me an email. The email ID is in the description box below. Share the video among family and friends and spread the word of Vedic astrology. Let's begin the analysis of your ascendant. Aries ascendant. In your case, Sun and Rahu will enter your first house in this week. But yes, it will happen in the last 3 days of this second week of April. In the first week, Mercury moves in the first house. So immediately this week will be more about thinking. This week will be more about aggressive thought process, finalizing the issues. But do you understand the chaos here? There is Mars, Venus and Jupiter conjunction till 13th, and on the very last day Jupiter moves out. So for this entire week, Mercury and Jupiter will be in the 1st and the 11th house, with Jupiter inching towards the 12th house. This only increases the wisdom. Chant Saraswati mantra and Saraswati stotra to improve your wisdom. This is the week of philosophical thinking, analysis, data aggregation, and data segregation. Once you get all the data, all the inputs, you should decide what you're going to do with it. Plan your future. And this is not the week when you will decide or come to a conclusion on something that is very important in your life, unless it's an emergency. If it is needed, it is needed. But if it can wait, it should wait, because you can understand Mercury, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, Sun, and obviously Moon. 6 planets will make a change of zodiac in just 1 week. So you being aligned with the Kal Purush zodiac, natural zodiac belt, which also starts from Aries, your effect will be more prominent. The effect on your ascendant will be more prominent when the planets will move. This can impact your career. So be very careful about how you are applying your knowledge in your career. Try to reduce your mistakes and learn from your mistakes. This is a week of self-awareness. So know more about yourself. Try to think what are your good areas and your bad areas, and you will see you will be able to understand your core strength, and then you will know the way to work on it and grow from that. Students will benefit in great way in this week, but avoid any ego-based fight or any display of power, because Sun and Rahu will create eclipse yoga, grahana yoga, as soon as both enters your ascendant. Inflation of ego and anger can be a part. There can be some trouble with father. So be very careful in how you communicate, and you should be polite, humble, and grounded. Chanting Hanuman Chalisa and chanting the Ganesh mantra, Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada, is going to be extremely helpful in the second week. Financially, this will be just another week with lot of calculation. Calculate your finances, plan your futures, financial future, think about investment and taxation especially, and you will see that you will be in a much better position in 2022. Taurus Ascendant. For Taurus Ascendant, if you observe, Moon will be in the 2nd house when the week starts, and Moon will be in the 5th house when the week ends. On 8th, Moon will be in Ardra Nakshatra, and Rahu is on your 1st house in Kritika, inching towards your 12th house. Therefore, this will create insecurities towards your money and some insecurities towards family. Try to refrain from unnecessary thought process. Try to refrain from thinking negative, because the more negative you will think, the more negative you will feel. Mercury's movement in the 12th house in the beginning of 2nd week of April is going to create some more expenses. This also means that you might spend more money on you, thinking that some sort of expense that you always wanted to do, by doing that, say by doing shopping, it will make you feel good. Say there is no harm. This will only help you recover any emotional struggle that you are in. But be very careful not to spend more than what you can, because Rahu will make you believe that by spending more or investing more, it is good for you. You should actually know what is good for you and what is bad for you. Let the week progress. On 12th, Rahu will move out of your ascendant, and this will free you from the Rahu and Ketu's influence on your ascendant and moon sign. And once Rahu will move in the 12th house, it will give you some sigh of relief. But because Sun will also move in the sign of Aries just at the last day of the week, the 3rd week and the 4th week of April might be slightly challenging for you, considering that Sun rules your Sukha Bhava, that is the 4th house. Health of a family member can create some tension, so try to chant Mahamrityunjay mantra this week, and this will give you much needed relief. This is the week of meditation, self-realization. This is the week of you finding and following your passion, something that you always wanted to do, like something creative, learning a language, learning a musical instrument. Enroll in this week. Mars and Venus combination in the 10th house wants you to take some creative initiative towards your life, and only by doing so you will be able to pull yourself out from any problem, especially related to career or marriage. Health can be a concern, so eat food as if food itself is a medicine. Try to avoid smoking and try to avoid non-vegetarian food this week. And if you can pray to Lord Vishnu, then chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya at least 108 times every day, and you will feel the good results. Remember, so many planets are moving in just 1 week. Henceforth, this week will be definitely chaotic. Your ascendant Lord has actually made a transit back on 31st of March. But other planets are moving, so different areas of life will be affected. And you should listen to your spouse. Suggestions of your life partner, suggestions of your good friend can actually work wonders in this case. But before implementing anything, check the feasibility, check all possibilities, all pros and cons with proper strategy and planning. This week will be a week of reforms for you. So try to create more financial reforms and try to find ways how you can reduce your anxiety. And the only way, what I can tell you is, plan your life properly this week. So many planets moving, you should also take some real good creative initiatives. Gemini ascendant. In case of Gemini, the week starts with Moon transit in Ardra Nakshatra on your ascendant. Now Moon is second lord, it is in Ardra Nakshatra, so there is a lot of emotional turbulence in the start of the week. Rahu, which is the ruler of Ardra Nakshatra, will be in the 12th house, and this Rahu is inching towards your 11th house. Not only that, exactly on 8th, Mercury, which is your Lagna Lord, and if you are a Gemini moon sign, it's your moon sign Lord, which was debilitated, will be out of the debilitation and it will move into your 11th house, which is the sign of Aries. Now, if I take everything into consideration, this gives a dynamic boost towards your finances, towards personality, and this converts losses into gains. Your focus will be more towards your profits, gains. Just ensure that you do not feel the greed, and just also you need to watch out that if you are thinking that something, like if there is a material need that is being created by your emotions, you have to really ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is it just an emotional play of Rahu, which is just making you feel that you need it? So this small change is very much crucial. Mercurian transit during the Gandanta, that means on the 8th and 9th, will ensure that your mind and your personality will go under transformation. Stress can increase, aggression can increase, but then as the week progresses, as Jupiter moves in your 10th house, as Rahu and Ketu shifts out from the 6-12 axis, it will give you relief. Therefore, already there will be some sign of progress, positive movements in your life, especially matters related to finances and career and health. All these three things will see some positive, bright side of life. This week is going to be a week of transformation. A lot of changes will happen. Take care of your health, take care of your food. Avoid stress, because lifestyle and stress related issues can hurt you and it can hurt your productivity. You might also feel the need of jumping the ship and doing things in a hasty manner. Try to avoid that. Hastiness and impractical decisions can hurt you in the long run if taken in this particular week, the most important week of 2022. Chant Ganesh mantra. Chant Ma Saraswati mantra. And wake up before sunrise, and you can also pray to Surya and chant Gayatri mantra. Now, towards the end of this week, on 14th, Sun and Rahu will be in the 11th house and Mercury will be in the 11th house, and your Lagna Lord will be between the heat of the Sun and aggression of Rahu. This can make you feel the need to expand And this expansive powers can be quite irritating. It can just not get out of the head. So avoid any kind of thought process that are negative, that wants you to find a shortcut, because you must remember there is no shortcut to success. Overall, this is a progressive week, but you just need to segregate the positive thoughts from the negative ones. Focus on the positive. Positive affirmations will help you, and reject the negative. Cancer ascendant. Your ascendant lord is Moon, and Moon at the start of the week will be in the 12th house in Ardra Nakshatra. Ardra is a nakshatra of transformation, but this is a transformation through loss. So something about money, invested money, properties, assets, inheritance, or taxation can trouble your mind. It can trouble you by thinking about your business, about growth, about possible loss due to a legal case. So try to avoid from going into that loop. Meditate more, try to be more positive, and chant Durga Saptashati and chant Mahishasur Mardini Stotra, or you can also listen to Mahamrityunjay Mantra or Rudrashtakam. These are spiritual ways that will improve your emotional strength and emotional well-being. If you observe, Mars on 7th has moved into your 8th house, and Venus, Jupiter were already there. So now you have Mars, Venus and Jupiter conjunction in the 8th house. This can make you be more worried about possible changes in your life. Maybe what you're planning is not going as per what you have decided. Maybe things are unexpected. There are a few surprises. But just hold your ground. Don't take any decision unless it is emergency in this week. Watch out for this week. Watch out for the energies, because this is going to be a turbulent, transformative week for you. If you observe the position of Rahu and Ketu, Rahu, which was in the 11th house, will now move in the 10th house. So there will be a very strong need to expand your career. And you will also try to quit your comfort zone. But then you should also figure out where are you putting the effort. Because if your efforts are misdirected, if there is no proper planning before you take a decision, then it will only hurt you in the long run. Planning for a certification this week, you should understand that when you are investing some money, it should give you some return. Return of investment should be thought, planned, and then your money should be invested there. With respect to marriage and with respect to health, there can be slight concerns, and you should listen to your partner's advice. In case if you are in business and that business is to deal with the public's money, this can give you some tension. So better to wait, better to analyze, and better to take a second opinion. Overall, the second week of April, the most important week, is going to be bringing new light, revealing new secrets, and letting you know the truth of many things, removing the curtain and opening up new avenues. It's a week of transformative ideas. Think deep, think more, collect more data, have this eagerness to learn, but stop yourself from any knee-jerk reaction. And then you will see that the 3rd and the 4th week of April and the future planetary movements will only give you positive results. Just ensure that Saturn, which is aspecting your ascendant, will definitely give you some restriction. Avoid fear by praying to Bhagavan Hanuman. Leo ascendant. Your ascendant lord will be in the 8th house while Mercury enters the Aries zodiac sign on 8th of April. This week is very crucial, the most important week of 2022. Now, Mars, Venus and Jupiter will be in the 7th house and will aspect your ascendant, because Mars will move on 7th on your 7th house. Mars, Venus and Jupiter in the 7th can create lucrative environment. It can give you motivation And because of that motivation, you would want to invest, be it money, be it time, be it efforts. Ketu in the 4th house will make you leave your comfort zone, or at least it will push you to leave your comfort zone, while Rahu's movement in the 9th house would want you to take some risk. But the risk should not be taken this week. Changes should not be applied this week. Let the planetary energy settle down before you jump and before you take a decision. Remember, Saturn is still in the 8th house, and this Saturn has a 3rd aspect on your ascendant lord, Sun, which will only move on the last day of the week on 14th of April. Because Saturn's, which is the 6th house lord, has an aspect on the Sun, which is your ascendant lord. Any carelessness can create a lot of issues in life, difficulties in life. It can interfere with your ambition, your desire, and in spite of all the motivation and all the circumstances that seems to be favorable, Saturn can create hurdles, and you will have to realize your prarabdha, your destiny, and maybe once you realize that it's not a perfect time to achieve what you're trying to achieve, this can create dip in confidence, this can create mental dilemmas. Moon will be in Ardra Nakshatra in the beginning of the week, so definitely there will be a lot of mental instability. Don't worry too much in this week, just let the planetary energy settle. Once Rahu and Ketu shift their axis, once Mars and Venus comes in better control of the 7th house, once Jupiter moves in the 8th house on 13th of April, you will be in a much better position to assess the situation. Because this is the time for risk mitigation, risk assessment, and risk management. Once you do that, you will be able to not only control your finances, but also your health. You can fall sick this week if you ignore the health, and if you ignore a better lifestyle. So follow a better lifestyles, follow a holistic lifestyle, do yoga, pranayam, and wake up early in the morning and try to eat less food by the evening. Overall, this week is going to be the week of transformation, the week where you get to know the reality, the week that tells you the facts and segregates facts from fiction. Make the best use of this week by chanting Hanuman Chalisa and reading Sundarkand. Also, you can pray to Ma Mahalakshmi by chanting Mahalakshmi Mantra and Shri Suktam, and bring Shri Yantra at home for increasing the wealth at home. And you can also go for Vastu correction at your home if you think Vastu is something that is playing a bigger role in your life situation. Overall, for Leo Ascendant, if you keep check on your ego, and if you understand your duty and you keep doing what you have to do, keep following your duty, you will see that this week will only give you a new chapter of your life. Virgo Ascendant. Your Ascendant Lord will move in the 8th house on 8th of April. So the start of the week happens with Mercury transit in the sign of Aries. Aries is going to be in the 8th house. So this is the transit of data analysis, financial corrections, looking towards investment, taxation, and insurance. If you have inheritance related issue, that can also be the theme of this week. Moon will also be in Ardra Nakshatra, that means it will be in Gemini. Therefore, financial correction again is reflected by the Moon's presence at the start of the week. Also, Mars movement on 7th of April in the 6th house, and Mars being the 8th Lord where your Ascendant Lord is going, directly impacts your Ascendant. How? On one side, your Ascendant Lord is in Aries, and the Lord of Aries, Mars, aspects the Virgo with 8th aspect. That means this is the time of risk management and mitigation of risk, cancellation of debts. So this is the week where you should focus your entire attention towards the loopholes of your life, towards the gaps, maybe in your career, in your marriage, or in your business. Understanding the legality, fixing all the breaks and the loopholes and the defects. Also focusing on your health, because it's your Ascendant 8th and 6th connection. So definitely health can be a bigger impact. For a Virgo moon sign, this can be a week of mental tension because the week begins with a lot of chaos. But as the week progresses and you reach 14th and 15th of April, the mind will settle down and you will see that soon the sun will bring the light in the 8th house and the secrets will be revealed. Don't plan anything right now, but your planning should only be to mitigate your debts, mitigate your problems in life, and Mars, Venus and Jupiter in the 6th house will ensure that if you are giving enough attention to your duties, you will see that you will live a good life and you will be saved from diseases and disputes. Try not to initiate a conversation that can spark a debate, that can create controversy, or that can create problems between relatives. With respect to marriage, because Mercury moves out from the debilitation from the 7th house, this gives you a sigh of relief. And from 13th of April, Jupiter transit in the 7th house tries to correct a lot of things. Your actions will be corrected. All you have to do is wait. So this is a week of financial inclusion. This is a week of financial analysis. And once you start doing that, you will see that not only your health will improve, financial health will improve, but also your overall lifestyle and the life status will also improve in the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming months. But you must utilize this week because this week has the potential to tell you ways by which you can solve your problem. It may not solve it in this week, but at least you will get the solution. Focus more on your health, do pranayam and chant Hanuman Chalisa every day. Libra Ascendant. Your ascendant will see Mars, Venus and Jupiter conjunction in the 5th house. On 8th of April, the first day of the most important week, Mercury, the ruler of 9th house, the Bhagyasthan Lord, will move in your 7th house. This Mercury will have an aspect on the 1st house and will give great boost to business, banking and financial issues of your life. Your focus should be how to increase your productivity, how can you learn more, how can you enhance your skills, and how can you do better trade. With Saturn third aspect on the Sun, which is actually your 11th Lord, Sun will spend its last week in the Pisces zodiac sign between 8th and 14th of April. The Sun will be under the third aspect of Saturn and therefore you will also have some worries related to your debts, financial disputes, and your income being consumed by unnecessary avenues. Also, long run battle, long run court case can see some sort of hope or some progress this week. Also, if you have some asset that is in question, that is under debt or that is creating some sort of problem, then that will also see some smooth movement starting 12th of April. 13th of April is the date when Jupiter also makes its move out of the 5th to the 6th house. When Jupiter goes in this house, this gives you new responsibility, new avenues to explore. This makes this Upche house strong enough to create new job source and also resolve disputes in business and marriage. This week is very important for you because Mercury will be aspecting the 1st house. So it's the Bhagyasthan Lord aspecting the 1st house. So your attempts will also be towards changing your destiny, changing your fate. But because Rahu and Sun both will enter in the 7th house, Rahu entering the sign of Aries on 12th, whereas Sun entering on the last day of this week, there will be a lot of chaos, confusion and brain fog related to matters of business contracts, how to deal with business partner, marriage and marriage related issues. Try to resolve all the issues legally and without any fight. On the table discussion will prove beneficial because Mercury is after all a planet of communication. Having better communication, or if you are in communication sector, will improve your life, will improve your business and will reduce the problems of your life. Chant Ganesh mantra, Om Gam Ganapate Namah, at least 108 times every day, and you will see greater positivity coming in your life. This is the week of productivity. Make the best use of it. Scorpio Ascendant. This is the most important week for you. This week on 12th, Ketu leaves your ascendant and Rahu leaves your 7th house. No longer the Ketu and Rahu axis will trouble you, at least for another 18 years. Rahu and Ketu will be in the 6th and the 12th house respectively. And Ketu's movement in the 12th and Rahu's movement in the 6th can give you that necessary advantage. It's the play of risk. It gives you new responsibility. It gives you more freedom. In fact, financial freedom. Sagittarius, which was under Pap Kartri due to presence of Ketu in Scorpio and Saturn in Capricorn, will now no longer be under that position. Sagittarius will be free, and when that frees itself, the personal and financial problems of your life will also be in a situation where it can be resolved, or it is already on the way of finding a solution. Jupiter, Mars and Venus will be in the 4th house, and Mars will move on 7th of April. Now Lagna Lord coming in the 4th house along with the 12th Lord shows expenses related to properties, expenses related to vehicles or asset creation. Expansion of asset can be a thought that can come in your mind this week. Plan with a strategy. Don't just jump into conclusion, or don't just spend money unless you have already planned it from a very long time. Now if you observe, Aries will be your 6th house. That is where the Sun will move on 14th of April, and on 12th Rahu will be present there. Mercury on 8th will already move in the 6th house. Why is Mercury important for you? The reason is that when Buddha moves in the 6th house, Buddha creates Viparit Rajyog, 8th Lord in 6th house. Also, it brings 11th Lord in 6th house, which means your income and your investment will now start giving you returns, but your motive will be to repay the debt, to settle down disputes with this money. Dispute resolution should be the key here, but because Rahu Sun will come here, it will also create an inflated ego. So there should not be a war. You don't create a debate or a conflict based out of ego. And with calm and cool head, you will be able to match your expectations, improve in your career, but take care of your health, because 6th house gets the impact of Rahu Sun and Buddha, especially from 14th of April. Skin related issue and issues related to stomach can be a problem, so digestion has to be taken care of. Eat food that are good for body, that are light for the body. Chanting Gayatri mantra every morning, reading Aditya Hriday Stotra will be beneficial for your health and solution of disputes. Overall, it is a week of comfort, it's a week of transformation. But because Sun goes in the 6th house, as the week progresses, it will also give you more and more light, more and more information towards the pain areas of life, and now the pain areas will become visible to you. They are being visible, or they are made visible to you so that you can solve them easily. Use this week for solution finding towards problems of your life. Sagittarius Ascendant. Your ascendant will be free from the Pap Kartari, but Saturn and Ketu were forming a Pap Kartari Yoga on Sagittarius from a very long time, at least from 1.5 years. And this is the week when you are free. This frees your ascendant. This gives you the room to move. This gives you the fresh breath of air. With Jupiter movement in the 4th house on 13th of April, this week is nothing but a blessing for you. When the Lagna Lord goes in the 4th house, it creates one of the Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga. Jupiter aspects the 12th as well as the 8th house. With the exalted drishti of Jupiter in the 8th house, this resolves a lot of issues. Rahu and Ketu will also move in your 5th and the 11th house. So this week will call for diversification of your resource, reassessment of what you have learned. But remember, Rahu on the house of wisdom can corrupt your wisdom. So in this case, continuously chant Ma Saraswati mantra for greater benefits. With Mercury moving also in the sign of Aries, which is your 5th house, and Sun, which is your 9th lord, goes in this house, your intuitive power will increase and you will be able to march ahead with lot of conviction. But remember, when you are trying to show what you believe in, when you are trying to increase your productivity, be practical and grounded. Don't do anything that doesn't suit the future. You should understand your limits and then act accordingly. This week, the Mercury movement along with Sun and Rahu is very good for business. It shows rapid boost in your business, but avoid controversy, especially if you are related to advertising, media, movies production, editing, journalism, and social media influence, social media marketing and digital marketing. Overall, this week is absolutely brilliant week for you. This frees you from the clutches of Papa planets and makes you closer to the light. So I wish you all the best. Make the best use of these energies. Capricorn Ascendant. In case of Capricorn Ascendant, Mars has moved out of your Ascendant on 7th of April. So from 8th of April, Saturn is alone on your Lagna. Mars, Venus and Jupiter will be in the 2nd house. But there is something other that is happening, and that is happening with Sun. Now for Capricorn Ascendant, Sun is your 8th lord. 8th lord is 8th from itself in the sign of Pisces. And this Sun is under 3rd aspect of Saturn. This is crucial for this week because for this entire week, Saturn will aspect Sun with the 3rd aspect till 14th, because on 14th, Sun will make its move in the sign of Aries. This means that this week will go under constant effort to take control of your life, to take control of finances, to take control of family related matters. And you will be successful because there is no longer Mars and Saturn conjunction, at least till 29th of April. On 13th of April, Jupiter will make its move in your 3rd house, and this is going to be extremely crucial. I have made a video of Jupiter transit for your Ascendant. Please follow my channel and explore the video. It is already uploaded in YouTube. Also subscribe so that you get my notifications. Jupiter transit in the 3rd house actually improves the quality of life. It gives you the right direction and it starts giving you the results of your actions. Patience will now give you results. If you are already planning your life, if you are following a strategy, if you are disciplined enough, you will see that your finances will grow and the disputes and negativity will come down this week. And the transformation that is happening in this particular week, especially the Rahu and Ketu movement out of the sign of Taurus, is extremely crucial. Now, if you observe, Rahu and Ketu will go in your 4th and 10th house. This means this is calling for diversification in your career, maybe a new financial need, maybe the past struggle will now result into a new job, growth in your business, and your result will come into some fructification, but later this week. So use this week for constant efforts. Drop your ego, be humble in your communication, and be polite. Take care of your food because Mars and Venus in the 2nd house may create more expenses, especially related to food or health issues that is associated with digestive system. Take care of your unnecessary expense and look for wealth creation. There can be a huge boost in your confidence, and also you will see a light at the end of the tunnel that will help you grow beyond the boundaries of Saturn. Now, this is a Saturnian boundary that is already expanding. So you have some room to expand. Sun will also move in the 4th house on 14th. It will give you a lot of confidence. But be careful about the illusions of life. Be careful about unnecessary expenses towards properties, vehicles, and assets. if you have a balanced emotions, if you follow the strategy, and if you are disciplined enough, you won't find a problem. Rather, this week will be extremely beneficial for you. Chant Ganesh mantra, Om Gam Ganapate Namah, and Vishnu mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, for blessings and to control your thoughts and minds. Just one more thing, if you have a problem in your ears, don't ignore, immediately address it. Aquarius Ascendant. Your ascendant is going to see a lot of transits happening in your zodiac sign. On 31st of March, Venus entered this sign. On 7th of April, Mars entered Aquarius. And on 13th of April, Jupiter will move out of Aquarius. Therefore, Aquarius will have the combination of Mars, Venus and Jupiter, which not only gives you the right amount of knowledge, both of the Sattvic and the Rajasic elements of life, but also with the Martian force available, it completes the Triguna property, because Mars is said to be tamasic in nature. What this does is it gives you complete harmony and complete control on your life. It might create confusion initially, but as the week progresses from 8 to 14, and as the sun reaches the point of exaltation in the third house, you will also realize your true potential, and this will give you great boost in confidence. Your communication will become more sharp, your body language will become more and more powerful and influential. People in banking industry, people in associated with journalism, people with associated with career in writing profession, advertising industry, digital marketing, internet programmers will see good boost in their career with this transit, and especially this particular week. Now, because so many things are happening on your ascendant, definitely you will have to comprehend all this change in power, and this change in energy and fluctuations of energy may clog your thoughts, may give you unnecessary thoughts. So have a clarity of thought. Don't jump into any conclusion. Stay where you are and only plan to change, shift, move next week. Mercury will also move in your third house, and this is the Bhavat Bhavam for your 8th house. So there may be some challenges that will come this week that you will have to face. You will have to have controlled communication, and your attempts should be logical. Being emotional and flowing under emotion is not the advice for this week, because the week starts with moon in Ardra Nakshatra. Overall, for Aquarius Ascendant natives, this week is beneficial. This week gives you happiness. This week gives you chance to improve. This is a week of opportunity, and if you get any opportunity, do think about that. But before taking a decision, have a proper plan ready, a backup plan ready, because you can't trust Rahu-Sun conjunction in the third house. Yes, it gives you that necessary strength to pull yourself out from problems, but it also can convert things into disputes, your own action, your own words, or you can misunderstand, misinterpret someone else's intention or sentences. That is why being logical and practical is the advice for the week, and you will see that the week is actually going to be very fruitful and positive for you. Pisces Ascendant. In this week, Sun will be in your ascendant. This is the last week, because on 14th, Sun will move to the sign of Aries. For this entire duration, Saturn will have a third aspect on the Sun and on your ascendant from the 11th house. Maybe some expectations are not getting fulfilled, that is still troubling you, that is still pushing you towards doing things, that is stretching your time, stretching your efforts, and you're not getting any results. But wait, on 13th of April, Jupiter will make its move on your ascendant. And if you're a Pisces moon sun or Pisces ascendant, this 1 year is yours. Jupiter in the first house for Pisces will bless Pisces with lot of learning, lot of growth, change of destiny, and this is an absolutely fantastic week for you. This is the week when Rahu and Ketu will also move out from your 3rd and 9th axis. And now Rahu and Ketu will be in the 2nd and 8th axis, which means more wealth creation, liquidity will increase, and you will also get funds to run your business. And in case of job, you might get more salary, promotion, benefits, and perks, also bonuses, all are in the cards. All you have to do is continue what you're doing, keep pushing, keep hustling, and keep working hard. If you talk about Mercury, which is a very important planet for you because Buddha rules your 7th and 4th house, mostly assets, finances, business. This Buddha will be in the 2nd house. And this is a Dhana Lord. This is a time when 7th Lord goes in the 2nd house, and this gives lot of growth in finances. This means your business will give you money so that you can reinvest. But remember, because 2nd Lord Mars is in the 12th house, it also calls for extra expenses, especially expenses related to luxury. So luxurious expenses should be avoided unless you have created wealth for yourself. Overall, the week of 8th to 14th of April is going to be extremely beneficial for you just because Jupiter is about to move on your ascendant. So definitely this week will bring a lot of hope, happiness, peace, prosperity, and good health.